consistency is one of the only things that's going to actually get you to the position that you want to be in terms of developing new health habits. And I realized something, that consistency, you got to experience consistency into what you're applying it to really get the true experience and know really like what's helping you and what's not. And because of that, that's the reason why I don't even always post on Vitality all the time, because in order to be a great teacher, you got to be a great student first. You got to really not just do the extensive research and the studying, but the experiencing, you know what I mean? And when you experience something, then you could really put it in terms of your own way, in your own manner. So from what I've experienced in terms of health is that, you know me, I'm big on balance. I don't hold nothing against people for eating what they want to eat. I just promote keeping a conscious mind and understanding what you're putting in your body, what's helping you, what's hurting you, and focusing more on what's helping you and what's allowing you to thrive. But through experience, I figured something out. And since I'm big on balance, I always was like, I always believed in a 50-50. You could say 50% of your diet is healthy, the other 50 is kind of like whatever you want to eat if it's junk, as long as you're being conscious and you're keeping that balance. However, through experience, I realized that don't really work. And to be honest with you, even though it sounds balanced, 50% junk, 50% health food, it's really not a balance. And I'll tell you why. And it's because junk food, it takes a less amount of junk food to do damage to your health, and it takes more of an amount of healthy food to actually heal you and clean you out. So you can have all of this. And another thing too is like a lot of food like sugar, heavy starch, like things of that nature, lots of soy, it absorbs minerals from your body and it gets it out. So now if you're eating that and then you're eating something really clean and green and having a lot of minerals and vitamins in your body's not even really using the minerals that you're putting in it, because it's getting absorbed by all the junk and is getting expelled out. And like I said, it takes a minimal amount of junk food to harm you, and it takes more of an amount of healthy food to really heal you. So to keep that a 50-50, it may seem like it's balanced, but it's really not. And I realized that the best balance would be an 80-20 diet. 80% healthy, 20% junk. But even better than that, I would say a 90-10, because then you're keeping your harms, your body at a harm, and you're keeping it to more of a minimal than you would if you had an 80-20, which is nothing wrong with an 80-20. I suggest people that are transitioning, if you're at that 50-50, switch over to like an 80-20, because like I said, that 50-50 of half health and half junk is really not as balanced as we may think, due to what the foods, each of their categories, what they do to our bodies. You know what I mean? So just something to keep in mind. And on a note of consistency, through being consistent and applying this to yourself, you'll learn more about it. And then you'll see what your body can do and what your body can't do, because everybody is different. Everybody's different. Someone's body may metabolize faster than someone else's body, so they could be able to break down that junk faster or sooner than they can. But overall, the goal is to just really be conscious and be aware of what the food is doing to you. When you're taking in healthy food, think about how it's helping you, you know what I mean? And be conscious of what the food is doing, because that plays a big part in our health, is being aware of what the food is doing. It's almost like the placebo effect, in terms of like when doctors, they actually did studies that when you give a placebo to somebody, something that doesn't even have any sort of potency or anything to it, just the patient believing that placebo is helping them actually genuinely helps them. That's why our minds are the most powerful thing over anything. Like, we could heal ourselves with just our bodies and our minds alone. So what are foods that are good for your mind? What are foods that are good for your body? Raw, healthy foods. Lots of vegetables, a lot of fruits. And then if you want to eat whole foods, like, I feel like vegetables and fruits is kind of like add-ins, like salads and stuff like that. When you're eating a clean diet, a plant-based diet, salads and fruits, those are more like things that you add into your diet. You don't just live off of the salad. I mean, I think you could, but You don't just live off that, because your body, at the end of the day, your body needs protein, your body needs iron, your body needs these things. Vegetables are actually rich in iron. But in terms of the protein, you're gonna want to have lentils, you're gonna want to have chickpeas, you're gonna want to have quinoa, wild rice, black rice. Like, there's a lot of options out there. You could have grilled some vegetables, some zucchini, some peppers. There's all types of things that you could put together to eat a clean diet, to have a clean diet. It really just boils down to making the time for it, because that's one thing. Is like I mentioned, you got chickpeas, you got lentils, you got quinoa, you got all these different things. But where are you getting it from? You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it. You gotta be able to cook. So you gotta, just through time, being consistent, experiencing, different things will develop along the way that makes you say, you know what, this is for me, or this ain't for me.